All right. Hi everyone. Good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to my talk at the International Women's Day in Aba. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there live due to health reasons, but nevertheless, I hope to share my insights on my topic today. So before we start, this is a quote from Helen Keller that I really love so much. It says, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." And my talk today is about finding your tribe, the importance of community and mentorship. In my talk, I'm going to talk about ways on how you can build your community, how you can find your mentor, and how you can find your tribe within a tech community to help foster and build a collaborative experience in your tech career journey. So before we start, a little about me. I am Sophia Rebu. I am a backend engineer and a developer advocate. And I was the previous GDSC lead and the Microsoft Student Ambassador when I was still a student in the university. Fun fact about me is that I did not study anything that's related to computer science. I studied a different course, like an entirely different course, while I was coding and racking my brain to fix bugs. Okay, let's get into this talk for today. Have you ever felt like you were navigating the tech world alone? Like, have you ever felt that you were navigating the tech space alone? You were navigating your own journey alone? Well, if you have, then you are not alone because a lot of people, especially me, I have felt like this more than once, and I felt like this for a very, very long time. That was why I proposed this topic to share what have helped me, hopefully to help someone in this talk today. So let's talk about the power of community and mentorship. So statistics shows that 70% of Fortune 500 companies have formal mentorship program. This shows you that there is value in guidance, and yes, this value in guidance and mentorship programs. Another fact that I mentioned in my slide is mentored employees are 5 times more likely to get promoted. This shows the impact of having someone in your corner. And last but not least, women in tech that I have seen and I have read about their stories. They all had strong community support, and they are thriving in the tech industry now. They are thriving in the tech space. For example, we have Adora, we have Chisom, we have Ada, that's the co-founder, the founder of She Code Africa. We have Roots and lots more. Now, these women, they all had a strong community support when they got started in tech, and I've seen how this mentorship have changed lives. And let me share a bit about my journey in tech and how a tech community helped shaped me to be the developer I am today. So I started my tech career in 2020, and back then I did not have any sort of formal education or any community or anyone to push me or to navigate or to direct me on what to consume, what resources to consume, what videos to watch, what articles to read. I was consuming every single thing I came across, which is really really bad if you do that. So towards the end of 2021, I met Divine Oji, who introduced me to the GDSC community. Back then, we were very small, we're still growing. And then I met Finest, who was the GDSC community back then. And you would know him as the former NACOS president. So I met him and they were talking about building a community. So I started to join the core team. I joined the core team and I was in charge of the partnership, just bringing people together to share what I knew about in Python. Back then, I wasn't as good as I am today. I barely knew what Django was, or even how Python works under the hood. But that did not stop me because I had someone in my corner, and I had a community that every time I shared my work, every time I shared an article I wrote, or I shared a contribution I make, they were always there to cheer me up. And even when I had difficult times, they were there to guide me, like, okay, let's hop on a call. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. This is how you can fix this error. So um that is how community have actually helped me. Now let's talk about finding your tribe, the TRIBE framework. Now this is something that I wish I knew in 2020, but I was able to learn about this over the years. So let's talk about the first T, which is target your interest. Now, identify what you are passionate about. Are you passionate about coding? Are you into designing? Are you into product management? Are you into marketing? Are you into tech sales? Target your interest and find a community that fits your interest. Now there are so many communities out there. We have the Flax community, we have the open source community that is focused on open source projects and contributions. We have the JavaScript community, focused on just JavaScript. We have, I think, the Figma community, but there's a designer community out there. So finding a community that fits your interest is the first step in finding your tribe. Next up, let's talk about the R, which is research available communities. There are so many communities in person, online, and when it comes to in-person communities. For example, this event is hosted by the Women Tech Makers Aba. This is a community that you can join. It's an in-person community that you can join. If this community fits your interest, you should definitely join it. And if you still want to, um, attend online or virtual communities, you can use apps like Meetup, Eventbrite, or LinkedIn or Twitter to find communities like that, and you can join them. For example, last year I came across the 4C Hub community. The 4C Hub community is managed by Francesco Cilia, a Italian guy. If you are very active on Twitter, you are active on the Docker and the Rust space, you will definitely know who he is. And I joined the community. Now I have never met him in person, but at least I get to interact with him. I get to get advice and guidance from him because I'm part of his community. So you can also use social media to find your right community. Let's talk about the I, which is initiate connections. Trust me, don't be shy. I mean, it's really easy for you to be shy when you attend an event. For example, if this is your first event, I'm very sure that you are shy to say hi to the person sitting next to you, which should not be. And I remember the very first time I attended the festival, though I went with my friends, but outside of the friend group I came with, it was very difficult for me to walk up to someone and introduce myself. So in this event, don't be shy. Like, try to push your shyness away, because I mean, you can never get anything done if you are shy. So reach out to the person sitting next to you, or someone that you did not come to this event with, and introduce yourself. A simple hi, my name is Sophia, I'm interested in Python, would go a long way. I mean, you never know what doors or what opportunities you would be unlocking by just saying that simple hi. I 2 years ago, or okay, yeah, yes, 2 years ago, the developer advocate as hashtag back then, Danny, she said that she had been seeing my post online, and she just said hi. Now I have been very shy to reach out to her. I have been extremely shy to say hi to her, but I'm happy that she said hi, because it's let me connect with her, and she has been able to give me great advice when it comes to developer advocacy and developer relations. And we now have one-on-one chats. I mean, I am in Nigeria and I'm connecting with people in the US and in Europe. So you never know what a simple hi would do for you. Next is build relationships. After you've said the hi, after you have identified communities that fits your interest, you have researched, you have said hi, the next thing that you need to do is building relationship. And when you're building your relationship, take it slow. Um, don't expect to tell someone hi one day and expect to build that bond. No, just like how Rome was not built in a day, relationship takes time to solidify. But trust me, it is worth every effort. And the way that you can build your relationship over time is once in a month or once in 2 weeks, you can reach out to the person that you connected previously and say, hi, I would love to have a coffee chat with you. And if the person is free, or you guys have scheduled a time to connect in the coffee chat, you can find out how the person got into tech, what worked for them, get advice from them and just sort of engage with them. And that's how you just build relationships, by engaging with them. But trust me, these relationships take a very, very long time. Last but not the least is engage consistently. Like I said earlier, when you build a relationship, try to engage with the person that you connected with. And this goes outside of one-on-one engagements. In the community that you join, let's say you have researched Makers Aba, you've joined the community, and you are in the community, you see other people dropping their projects, their designs, their article, and you want to contribute. The best way to do it is just to go read the person's article and say, wow, I really love this article, great work. Trust me, you don't know what positive feedback does to the human brain. When you get a positive feedback, it tends to push you to do more. So when you're in communities, support each other, go through each other's work, drop a comment, leave a feedback, and please, this feedback should not be a negative feedback. Leave a positive feedback. And if you notice that no one is dropping their own work, their own project, you can do the same thing. Drop yours. It could be an open source project, or it could be a one-page website that you built because you are still learning HTML and CSS. Drop that on the community, and trust me, you'll definitely get the feedback. And this is something that I noticed when I was still at the early stages of the GDSC club at Moyo, was that we noticed that when one of us drop a project, it tends to push another person within the community to drop theirs. So you don't know the chain reaction that you would get by dropping your projects. So do well to engage consistently. Now let's talk about finding your mentor. Now, mentorship comes in so many ways, and each type of mentorship has a different benefits. For example, we have the traditional one-on-one mentorship, where it's a structured relationship where there's a mentee, a mentor and a mentee. The mentor guides the mentee. So this is the traditional one, but we still have peer-to-peer mentorship. Now, in peer-to-peer mentorship, this is where it's a group of people that are on the same level. Like, it's a group of five developers or five designers that are currently, let's say, learning the basics of JavaScript or learning the basics of user experience user experience. Now, within that peer mentorship, you guys will share ideas, share your roadblocks, and share what worked for you. That is how you guys can learn from each other's experience. That's what we call a peer mentorship. We have another form of mentorship where it's a group mentorship. Now, In a group mentorship is where we have a mentor and so many mentees. Now, this is not a one-on-one. It's more like the mentor is like an intermediate person in that field. The mentees are beginner level, and they get to build projects together. They get to learn together, all under the guidance of the mentor. And usually in the group mentorship, the mentor gets to also learn from the mentee. And that brings us to another type of mentorship that we call the reverse mentorship. Now, in the reverse mentorship, this is where the juniors teach the seniors. And before you say, oh, that is impossible, that is very much possible, because as long as you're alive, you should learn. You should learn, and tech is an evolving field where new things are coming out. So you don't expect the senior dev or the senior person in that field to know everything. There are things that the junior person knows that the senior person doesn't know, and there are so many things that the senior person knows that the junior person doesn't know. So in the reverse mentorship, the junior gets to teach the senior about new technologies or even new perspective or new approach to solve some problems. Now, these are like the forms of mentorship, and a lot of people, especially me, would not like the one-on-one mentorship, but they would definitely be open to a pair mentorship or a reverse mentorship. So to find your mentor, you have to start by looking within your network. You have joined the community, you are active in the community. Who are the people that are within your network? Who are the people that are within that community that you talk to? These are people within your network. And when finding your mentorship, you necessarily don't have to find someone that's a senior level. You don't have to find someone that is like an odogo in the field. You have to find you can consider people that are on the same level with you. If they are seniors there, that's fine. But you can your mentor can be someone on the same level with you, or it can actually be the person sitting right next to you. So, to find your mentor, you have to just search within your network and ensure that your mentor's interest aligns with you. And another thing is that you can also reach out to some people on LinkedIn or X, and ask like, can I have a coffee chat with you, or can we chat about your career paths? 60% of them would definitely say yes. For example, me, I would definitely say yes. Okay. So this is how you can find your mentor. Now next, let's talk about building your own community. And by building your own community, it's like building your own tribe of individual like-minded people. There are four steps that I think that would really help you. Number one is start small. You can form a WhatsApp group or a Twitter community, and once a month or once in 2 weeks or once in 2 months, you guys get to hop on a call, discuss your challenges. Everyone will share their roadblocks for the month, and you all just learn from each other. And then you can also share resources to help them, or they can share resources to help you. So this is how you start. After you formed your small group, next you need to define your community's purpose. What do you want to achieve together within this community? What is your common goal? By establishing this, you help to attract people that share same goals and same interest with you. Next up is ensure that your community is a safe space. Ensure it's a place that everyone is welcomed, everyone can join, and everybody's voice is heard. Now, we are humans. It's very easy to drown out each other's voices. So in your community, ensure that you get everybody's opinion, everybody's perspective. You necessarily don't have to understand everybody's opinion, but giving them the opportunity to feel like they are heard would go a long way. And lastly, create a safe space for learning. After you've formed your small community, you've defined your goals, you know your common goals, and you are making everybody feel welcome, you still need to have open discussions, or encourage open conversations that everyone gets to contribute, everyone gets to learn, and ensure that these conversations are comfortable. I mean, it would be very, very disruptive to talk about something that one person is un- uncomfortable about. So ensure that the discussions are open, they are everyone is comfortable with them, and everyone is open to having the discussion. So within your community, regardless of the tribe, the gender, the race, ensure that it's a safe space for every single person. Okay, so I've been talking for a couple of minutes. Let's do a little exercise. Now, grab your pen and paper, or your jotter and a pen, because I'm very sure that you came with one. I mean, why wouldn't you come with one to an event? So take a moment and write down communities that you are part of. It's fine if you're not part of anyone, but if you are, take a minute to write them down and reflect on who you have connected with within this community. Then identify the gaps within the community that you would love to fill. Is the community a bit deserted? Then you know that the gap that you want to fill for such problem would be to try to share your projects, try to ask questions, and just spark conversations within the community. Now, next, ask yourself, what new communities would you like to join? Would you like to join this Women Tech Makers community? Would you like to join the Python community? Would you like to join the open source community? What community would you like to join? And think about your interests and goals, and if those communities fit those interests and those goals. Next, although this is optional, but share your thoughts with the person sitting next to you. Just let's do this for the next 2 minutes. Just say, just tone, hi, I'm this. These are the communities I would love to join. These are the community I'm part of. And just let's try to do that for the next 2 minutes. I'll just give a time for that. And then you can also mention what communities has been most impactful for you, and get to hear what community has been most impactful for them. Yeah, just don't be shy. Just chat with the person sitting next to you. Smile, chat, don't be shy about it. Okay, I guess it's been 2 minutes. So let's move on to the next exercise. Let's interact with one another. Yes, I'm very sure that there's some people in the audience that did not interact with the person sitting next to them. So pair up, pair up with the person next to you, the person sitting next to you. Turn and talk to them. And this is what you will do. Start by practicing how to introduce yourself. You can say, hi, your name, and I am interested in so. For example, hi, I'm Sophia. I'm interested in DevOps and Python and LLMs. You know, just try to talk to the person next to you. Then ask questions like, what inspired you to go into tech? What inspired you to pursue a career in tech? Or you ask, what advice would you give out to someone that is starting out doing what you are doing now? So if the person sitting next to me is a front end developer and I dabbled with front end in the past and it was very difficult. So after I introduce myself, I can ask, what advice would you give to someone that is just starting out in the front end, and get to hear the person's thoughts. And then when the person shared their thought, I can say, um, so I tried front end in the past, and these are the things that did not work for me. So just try to interact with one another. We'll do this for the next 3 minutes. Just try to talk to the person sitting next to you. You can go far to exchanging your social media handles. There's some people that loves to be communicated via email. You can decide to share, you can decide to get the person's email. Some people love connecting through WhatsApp. You can do that. Some love Twitter and LinkedIn. Me, I love Twitter and LinkedIn. So you can decide to, just change social media handles. So we're just gonna do this for the next, I think, this for the next 2 more minutes or one more minutes. So try to, chat with the person next to you, and you never know what conversations will spark up from there. So if you would like to connect with me, you can reach me out on LinkedIn at Sophia Irebu. That's Sophia dash Irebu. That's my LinkedIn profile. And I would love to hear from you. I still apologize once again that I was not able to come to this talk due to health reasons, but I hope that you've been able to learn a thing or two during my talk. So, just a final quote from me is, finding your tribe is not just about belonging. Trust me, it's not just about belonging. It's about lifting each other and creating a space where everybody can thrive, where everybody feels safe and welcome and seen. Okay, so that is how you know that you are finding your community or you're finding your tribe. So, um, if there are any questions, you can do well to reach me on LinkedIn with your question or your feedback. I would really, really love to hear from you. And my Twitter would also be shared with the event organizers. Unfortunately, I forgot to add them during the slide, but to be shared with the event organizers. So if you don't have LinkedIn and you have X or Twitter, you can also reach out to me through that platform. So thank you very much for this opportunity to talk about how to find your safe space. And I really hope that as you leave this event, you are leaving this event with so many connections, with a different perspective on how to interact with communities, and do have a fun time at the event. Thank you very much. Bye.